Very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to 8th standard science video class. Let us start the class with a new lesson, Organization of Life, Unit 18. In this lesson, I will explain about different level of organization in animal world, structure of cell and types of tissues. First of all, the introductions about structural organization. The living organisms are classified into two types based on the structural organization. The first one is prokaryotic organisms and the second one is eukaryotic organisms. Prokaryotic organisms, which means in cell the true nucleus is absent. Such type of organism is known as prokaryotic organisms. That means it doesn't have true nucleus. And the example for the prokaryotes are bacteria and mycoplasma. You already well known about that structure of bacteria cells in previous lessons. You already learned about that structure. So this is the example for the prokaryotes. And the second one is eukaryotes. The organisms which contain well defined nucleus and the nucleus is covered by the membrane. This type of organism is known as eukaryotic organisms. That is, it has a well defined nucleus which is present in the center of the cell. And the example for this eukaryotic organisms are plant and animals and living beings. That is human beings. And look at the picture. So first one is eukaryotes and second one is prokaryotes. So in eukaryotes, the center, the nucleus, the blue color, light blue color is known as the nucleus. So the well defined nucleus is present by the eukaryotes and it is covered by the nuclear membranes, and the center it has nucleoids. But in prokaryotes, there is no true nucleus is present on there. So look at the picture, there is no true nucleus is present on this prokaryotes. So this is the main difference between the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. And the next one is, based on the number of cells present in the organisms, they have to again classified into two types. The first one is unicellular organisms and the second one is multicellular organisms. The organisms which have single cell body is known as unicellular organisms. That means it has only single cell. And the example for these organisms are yeast, amoeba, euglena, paramecium, chlamydomonas. And the multicellular organisms, that is the organisms which is made up of large number of cells is known as multicellular organisms. That is, it has more than one cells. Multiple number of cells are present on there. And example for this multicellular organisms are plants, animals and human bodies. So this is the unicellular, it has only single cells, and this is the multicellular organisms. Here the example is human body, it has large number of cells. And let us learn about the different level of organizations of living organisms. That is the biological organization. The biological organizations shows the hierarchy in organization level from simple to more complex. That means they explain the biological organization of lowest unit atom which can be observed by submicroscopic level, and smallest unit cell which can be observed by microscopic cells, and to complex unit of organisms. So this can be explained from this lowest unit to highest or complex unit. And in chemistry we already learn about atoms and molecules. The atoms which are combined together to form a molecules, and these molecules which undergoes the chemical reaction to form the cell organelles. So how the cell organelles are formed? That means the molecules which undergoes the chemical reactions to forms the cell organelles. And the group of cells are combined together to form different types of tissues. So look at the picture, this is the cell, and group of cells are combined together to form a tissues. This is the tissues. And several tissues are combined together contribute to form organs. Tissues are combined to form an organs. So different types of organs is the stomach, liver, lungs, brain, heart, pancreas, etc. and the many organs are collectively acting together to perform a specific life process which is known as organ system. So the organs are collectively known as organ system. The organ system means which contains all the organs is present on there, and several organ systems together constitute organisms. These organ systems are together constitute to known as organism. So these are the biological organizations of living body. So look at the picture. The cells are combined together to form a tissues, and tissues are form a organs, and the organs are combined together to form an organ systems. That organ systems are constitutively known as organism. So this is the biological organization of human beings or living beings. And next I will explain about cell. What is meant by cell? Yes, cell is a structural and functional unit of life. That is, it is the only structural and functional unit of life. Our human beings, all of them is made up of cells. And cell is oftenly known as building block of life. The cell is known as building block of life. Why? Because means many cells are combined together to form organisms. So cell is known as building block of life. And the study of cell is known as cell biology. And the cells consist of cytoplasms which enclosed within a membrane. This is the, look at the picture. So this is the structure of cells. In this structure of cells, the cells which is consist of, the centrally it has the nucleus, and the dark purple circle is known as that is the nucleus, and its surrounding is known as nucleolus. In this cells there is a fluid is present on that fluid is known as cytoplasms, and the cell contains other cell organelles that is known as endoplasmic reticulums and mitochondria, Golgi bodies, centrioles, ribosomes, lysosomes, all of them is present within the cell. So here this is the structure of cells. In this structure of the cells, all the cell organelles are present on there, and each cell organelles perform specific functions. And the size of the cells which is varies for different animals, and they have to measured by unit of microns, that is micrometer. The size of the cells is measured by micrometer, and 1 microns which is equal to 1 by 10 power 6 meter. And the smallest cell, bacteria is the smallest cell which has the size is 1 to 2 micrometer. And in our human body, the smallest cell is red blood cells, RBC, that is known as RBC, red blood cells, which is the smallest cell in your human body, and its diameter is 7 micrometer diameter, which is present in the blood cells, and it is responsible for the red color of the blood cell, and the hemoglobins can be present in the RBCs, which perform many functions. So it is very important. So the smallest cells which is present in the human body is known as RBC. Its size is 7 micrometer in diameter. And the largest cells which is present in the human body is nerve cells. So look at the picture. This is the nerve cells. It is the largest cell which is present in the human body, and its size is 90 to 100 centimeter. And human egg, ovum is known as the human egg, and its size is 100 micrometer. And this is the size of the cells. And next I will explain about the shape of the cell. The cells are having different shapes. They are oval shapes, round shape, and elongated shapes, branched shapes, and nerve cells or neuron cells. These are some of the different types of cells. Look at the picture. The RBC is the oval shapes, and worm is the oval shapes, and bone cells are elongated cells, and the nerve cells are branched like cells. So these are the some of the shape of the cells. And next one is tissues. The tissues are a group of cells that have similar structure and act together to perform specific functions. That is, the cells are combined together to form a tissues. We already well known about that. And the tissues are having the similar structure and they have to perform specific functions. Mainly there are two types of tissues is there. The first one is simple tissues and the second one is complex tissue. The simple tissues are made up of same kind of cells. Example for this is glandular cell, and the complex tissues are made up of different kind of cells. Example is tissues of dry skins. That is the simple and complex tissues. The simple cells means which can be made up of same kind of cells are present on there, and complex tissues means different kind of cells are present on there. And depending on the basis of the structure and functions. So based on the structure and functions, the tissues can be classified into four types. The first one is epithelial tissues, which is otherwise known as covering tissues, and it is used for the protection. So mainly for protections, which the layer of the skin is covered by the epithelial tissues. And the second one is muscular tissues, which is otherwise called as contractile tissues. So muscular tissues means which is used for the movements and locomotions. And third one is connective tissues, which is otherwise known as supporting tissues. So connective tissues which is used for the binding of different structure of bodies. So different structure of bodies are binded or connected via the connecting tissues. And the fourth one is nervous tissues, which is used for the conduction of nerve impulse. The nervous tissues is used for the conduction of nerve impulse. So look at the picture. The first one is connective tissues. First one is connective tissues, and second one is epithelial tissues, and third one is muscular tissues, and the fourth one is nervous tissues. So these are the types of the tissues which is present in our body. And next one is organ. So tissues are combined together to form organs. That is, the organs are the structure made up of two or more types of tissues. Organs are made up of two or more tissues. Two or more tissues are combined together to form an organs and are organized to carry out particular functions. The organs which carry out only the particular functions. For example, stomach is the organs which only involved in the digestion purpose and secretion purpose, and kidney is the organ which is involved in the excretion purpose, and lungs is the organ which is involved only in the respiration process. So the organs which can be carry out a particular functions. So some of the example for this organs are stomach, liver, lungs, brain, heart, pancreas, spleen, kidneys and eyes. And the organs are made up of most of the organs are made up of four types of tissues. What are the four types of tissues? Epithelial tissues, muscular tissues, connective tissues and nervous tissues. For example, to take the intestines. So intestines which has the small intestines and large intestines. The main function of intestine is digestion and secretions. So the intestine is made up of the epithelial tissues. The epithelial tissues means it is a lining, inner lining which has the epithelial tissues which is helps in the enzyme secretions and the nutrient absorption functions, and it can be covered by the muscular tissues also. The muscular tissues which is involved in the peristaltic movement. The peristaltic movement means during the peristaltic movement, muscular movement, the food can be moved from one place to another place. So the peristaltic movement very important in this intestines. And the intestines which is connected, which has the connective tissues, that is it can be connected to the blood tissues because it can be absorb the energies, absorb the food, and it can be get the energies from this food, and it can be transported to the other organs via the blood tissues. And it is transporting the nutrients and absorbed by the intestines is connected by the through the brains through the nervous tissues. So it can be transport the energies to the brain via the nervous tissues. So intestine is made up of these four types of tissues. That is epithelial tissues, connective tissues and muscular tissues and nervous tissues. So students, I hope you understood about biological organizations. So how the organisms can be different level of organizations, how the organisms can be formed, and types of cells, and structure of cells and shapes of cells, and types of tissues and organs. In next video class, I will explain about the structure of eye and organ systems, so different types of organ systems, and mechanisms of breathing, that is the respiratory organ systems, and biological physiological process. I will explain on next classes. Thank you, students.